Hi guys. This is a first for me. Um, I am downstairs in my basement at my home in Craftland. I'll give you a little shot of it here. This is just some of what I'm working on right now in the items that I need: paints, paint pens, that's tinsel, ribbons, and little things like that. Little things to stick on stuff. Little these are stickers and things to fill ornaments with. So what I'm mainly focusing on this year are stocking stuffers, stuffed stockings, I guess I'm calling them. This is one here that I'm making for my friend Deborah, and the end result will be that there will be like all kinds of goodies sticking out of the top of them. And oh geez, I just messed up my ornament. And right now I'm working on an ornament for my son. You can get these at these packet. You can get, this is a glass one. They have glass ones like that, and this is a finished one that I'm doing for my neighbor. And there's it's filled with some stuff, and I paint it with glitter glue, and that's like a holly with a little glittery fuzzball on there. And then I end it with, I finish it with a little fancy hanger there on top. And so these are for my 80-year-old neighbors. I don't even think they have a tree up, but they'll hang them, somewhere in their house. And I always try to get them something, Um, so that's Evelyn's. She got a snowman. And this one's for my son. I have to fix that star up. I just messed up. I'm gonna have to set you down here. I hope this works. Um, I rarely do this, and I have no idea if anybody's going to be interested in what I'm doing here. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about or anything, but right now I'm just touching up because I had just laid down this glitter blue as a background for his name that will go on there. Probably, I'm thinking about either red or gold. Um, I'll paint his name on there after this dries, and this turns out really nice when it dries. The whiteness goes away pretty much, and then you just have like this nice glittery kind of transparent background. And then after this is dry, and I had a like a little blowing heater over there that I was putting my ornaments under, because down here it's a little cool, um, but I had this heater and I was putting my ornament, like tilt my heater up, putting my ornaments under there, and they were drying real nicely under that. But my phone was dying, so I had to plug in my phone, and I only have 3 holes in my current extension cord for all of my stuff, and my glue gun has to be plugged in because sometimes I attach stuff to stuff, and I always need my glue gun to be on when I'm in Craftland. So here, let me shoot you over here, show you what's over here. So can you see? This is like my glue area here. These are glue sticks, my glue gun, a little backup of glue sticks here, hot Mod Podge. This is stuff that stiffens material. I needed it one time. This is adhesive, spray adhesive, and that comes in handy a lot. This is just some paints that I had because I took some upstairs. This is like just stuff. I have so much stuff that I've collected. This is more like a tool thing. Over here is all my wire, like plant wire, bead wire, but I don't use it for beading. I've never like really beaded, but you can use wire for, there's all kind of applications, things that you need when you're building stuff like wreaths and stuff. And I wish I could take you over there to my other section here over at that. This is my one table that we're at now. That's my other table. There is all kinds. Let me see. I want to make sure you guys can see what's over there. Like, where am I? Oh, geez. Boy, that was dumb. I had it going the wrong way. Okay, so over here, that bin right there is full of picks. And picks are things that you either, like if you have a wreath, they're decorative and they can come with all kind of different elements on them. I'll get you a sample one so you can see it. Oh, but you know what? Maybe if I put you in the basket, that might, if I kind of stand you up in this basket where I have my paints, that might help. I have no idea why it occurred to me to do this. I'm not even going to like edit this or anything. I'm just going to post it and see. That's not going to work. I'm so sorry. Okay, maybe. Okay, that looks like it's going to stay in there. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, hey, so. Watch your mouth in there. Thank you. My son is cussing, playing his video game. Yeah. These are some examples of picks. They sell them at all the craft stores, Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I prefer Michael's. They have all these outrageous sales, you know, and I don't buy anything unless it's on sale. Because this here kind where there's a lot of elements on it, it's really shiny, it's really beautiful. This is $7, $6.99 at Michael's for one. Okay. And so what I do with these picks is, you know, if you have a wreath, this one's not particularly pointy, but I think they call them picks because it's like a pick kind of thing. But like what I've been doing is I'll stuff the stocking and then put some elements down in it, like this. There's a little like tree, you know, and it looks like a stuffed stocking. And I made probably, what, I had 3 stockings and I made those 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 9 altogether for family and friends. And then I'm going to make one for my son's school. And I made this ginormous one out of this stocking that I had that was that I had this stocking. I think it actually was filled with dog treats, and I got a gift stocking for my dog, but I ended up with this. If I can come over far enough here. I don't know if you can see that right there with that little Santa hat. That is the top of the ginormous stocking that I made. Now, it's a beautiful stocking, and it has probably, I don't know, $50 worth of those picks sticking out of it. And also, wrapped around the stocking was tinsel with like Christmas balls on it. And I was going to set it outside on my porch as decoration. However, I decided to sit it inside in my hallway because I thought maybe the moisture, if it got snowed on or something, might mess it up. So, not thinking, I set it in my hallway, and it was beautiful. My dog, who is a little Aussie, a mini Aussie Shepherd. She's an Australian Shepherd, so she's very active. She's a herding dog, and I'll have to show her to you later when I can unplug my phone, or sometime when I'm around her. But she loves balls, and I'm always buying her balls and get the ball. She knows what a ball is, and the tinsel on that giant stocking had balls on it, and I was upstairs and I didn't hear anything, and I came downstairs and the stocking's on its side, and all of the balls from the tinsel are all chewed up all over the floor, and she kept her hide. I didn't, I don't beat my dog, but I yelled her up the stairs and she didn't like that very much. But I learned my lesson. If it's a ball, my glasses are crooked. She thinks it's hers. So let me put these picks back here. Well, actually, while this is drying, I'm going to put it under my light because the light will help it dry a little bit. I'm going to set these picks down here. Move this paint tray. And let me grab a couple more picks over here. How many Santa hats do I have left? Oh, I've got 2 of those. Okay. I'm starting to run a little low on my picks, and I mean, I've been pick shopping probably, oh, I don't know, 5 times. My hubby was giving me some money to go to the store because, all right, I got some things. Oh wait, I don't need none of those. Yeah, so whenever you craft, you can save a lot of money if you like to craft. You can save a significant amount of money, building decorations for people. That's what I like to do. And I like, elegant things, but I also like cutesy things, like the kind of stuff that like kids would like for Christmas, like that. I had made stockings, and they're all gift wrapped now. Daggone it, I should have started this a long time ago. Um, but I had some ones with bells on them, and they had stripes, so I used those. And there was just like, here's one, it's really cute. The little C9 bulbs, and here's, oh, it doesn't have a price on it. This was probably about $5 or $6. But like I said, like when you buy stuff at Michael's, they'll give you discount vouchers when you like join their thing with your email. And they'll like send you a $10 voucher, and then they'll have sales of like 40% off. Here's another real cute one. This one was $4.99. But it's adorable. And like I've gone in there and thought I knew what I was doing, and not filled my buggy up, but put a lot of these things in my buggy. You know what I mean? Thinking, oh, it's a 40% sale off, it's a 60% sale off. You know what I mean? But you've got to be careful, and you've got to read the signs, because there are some things that say this isn't included. Like this is a $6.99 pick. Okay, so yeah, you need like a sale to but like, sometimes I come out like a bandit from Michael's, you know what I mean? And I'm real happy with everything. But like what you don't want to do is go in there on a desperation tip, where like you need stuff now and you can't wait for a sale. But they always have sales. So if you have a little bit of patience and you can wait a little bit, you're going to catch them on a sale, because they're not far and few between, Now, please excuse my time. My hair is crazy right now. I have a band on, because this is what I do when I craft, okay? I have my craft sweats. Okay, some people put on aprons, some people put on, flannel shirts or whatever. And I had some flannel shirts hanging around here, but I have my crafting sweat jacket and my crafting sweats. I probably have 3 or 4 of them, which were just good sweats that I didn't take off when I started crafting and painting, and I just kind of I smoke, so you'll be seeing me smoke. I'm sorry if that offends you. I hope you're not offended. But yeah, I messed up a bunch of pairs of sweatpants and t-shirts and stuff. So now I just keep them, and when I'm coming down into my crafting domain, I will change into something, you know. Or sometimes if I'm just coming down for a little bit of stuff, I'll put this like just this big sweatshirt over stuff and put a towel over my lap to make sure I don't mess up my pants, because yeah, I've messed up some nice stuff, you know, because I forgot to change. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple drags off of this baby, and we're going to build a stocking together. While I wait for this ornament to dry so I can put my son's name on it. Okay, you can see some of the white is starting to go away, and it's going to be, you know, this background, and I might put another coat on it if I think it's too transparent, because I like putting the words on the ornaments, and like, get one of these are the I got these from Michael's. These are acrylic paint markers, okay, and I get them metallic because I made some ornaments, and actually I'm rejuvenating some ornaments that I had made before that I wasn't happy with. And I realized that for Christmas, you need sparkle. You need sparkle, you need tinsel, you want shiny, okay? So the metallic acrylic paint markers is what you're going for. And what I do is, like, I'll take the color that I want my name to be in with the glitter glue, okay, which I've been doing mostly red. So I'll paint the name on the ornament after the background dries, and then afterwards I'll take a glue pen, a glue, and what you're looking for, okay, is the really fine point, okay. It's got some stuff on there, but that's, oh my goodness, I gotta learn how to do this. There's like a really fine and just a tiny, like, and it's like really, it looks big when it's up close, but it's really not. It's really, really small, okay? So you can, like, you know, squeeze it evenly, and a nice even bead will come out, you know? And you can write pretty fine with these glitter things. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure. I think I got these at Michael's too. I think I got it over, oh geez, I don't know. I could have got it in the kids area. I'm not sure, because I check over there too. Because sometimes when you see stuff in certain areas, like I get stickers from scrapbooking, okay, in Michael's. But then you'll find stuff over in the kids area that, not stickers necessarily, but like you'll find certain things over in the kids area where it's like better, it's what it applies to what you need more, you know what I mean? Like they had some glitter pens over in I think it was scrapbooking or something, but I think I found these ones over in the kids area, and they served my purpose a lot better, and they had a lot more in them. So, but this here is the glue is the paint that I'm using as the background, and this probably came from either Michael's or Walmart, and it's just blue glitter paint by Craft Smart. I have all kinds of metallic paints, you know, and this is like a collection that I've gotten over the years. Trying to show you my paint bin over here. Okay, so here's the paint bin. This is my mobile one. This is one that I had upstairs, and that's a lid that I created a long time ago. But back here is my other paints, and then over here there's some canvases, and there's a thing of acrylic tubes to paint, and of course, whenever you paint clothes, sometimes I have some 3D and other paint for material, clothes, and stuff like that. Because once in a while, I have some t-shirts here, and I think a sweatshirt that I want to make a recovery t-shirt for my hubby, because we're both in recovery. We both go to NA and AA. My husband has 18 years clean and sober, and God willing, January 1st, I'll have 4. So yeah, things are going real good with that. And if you're somebody who has a problem with something like that, getting the help is very, very worthwhile. And in a very short period of time, you can find yourself living a life that you just never dreamt of. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be on here forever because, and I don't want to bore you anyway, but it's Saturday night and we're having a snowstorm here in western Pennsylvania. So my hubby isn't going to his Pittsburgh meeting like he usually does. So we're dedicated to finishing up our movie night. We have a movie night every Friday after my home group meeting. And we'll like get on there and pick a movie and watch it together, because during the week it's very difficult because he works um, and a lot of times, he's doing like extra stuff outside of work and stuff. So, and then he goes to a meeting almost every single day. So we're kind of like ships passing in the night now. So, but I kind of like to. I've never had a problem with entertaining myself, and I really like my me time. But I certainly don't mind sharing it with somebody, especially when um, if you like, crafting and stuff like that. Um, I'm not real great at coming up with my own ideas. I do sometimes, like I was doing these sock snowmen where you put rice in the bottom and then you kind of stuff them with that stuffing. And here's the stuffing. They have all kinds of different stuffing at Michael's. This is a comparatively inexpensive one here. I think this was only $5 for this bag. And this is 20 ounces, but it's a decent size. You can see I've used a bunch of it, but this is the size of the bag here. And, it's a pretty large bag. I stuffed a lot of stockings with that. I had some left from last year. But yeah, so you put the rice in the bottom as like a weight in the bottom of the sock, okay? And then you stuff it, and then you cinch it in the middle with a piece of string, so you've got the bottom part and the top part. And then, like I've never done 3 snowballs. I've only done, I do 2, one big one, and then the other one is his head. And you can get real creative. So you take the top part, like the leg part, and sometimes they're red. And like I like to get those socks where the top part, like there's a red stripe around it, and you fold it down. And I don't have an example. I'll have to show you how I made these sock snowmen, but they're just adorable. And I made those for like 3 years in a row, and everybody and their brother has the famous sock snowman by PJ. But this year, this is the first year for the stockings. And what I do is for this, okay, you can buy these on Amazon. They come in a pack of 6. Okay, and this is kind of like a potato sack kind of material. And this is like a linen kind of stuff, and you can draw on it with a pencil. And what I did was I Googled fancy capital letter D, okay? And then I enlarged it on my screen and copied it onto there using a pencil. Then I outlined it with a fine line black pen. And then very carefully, I took this set of paint pens, what's called an acrylic marker from Michael's as well. I'm trying to see what the brand name is here. Oh boy, that's really small. They have a lot of different ones there. I don't know if you can read that or not on there. That little tiny thing here that's up there. But this, their lids are like this, where they have the white on the top like that. And I really like this because it came with like these kind of pastel-y colors. It came with a dark green. And then I really liked this kind of light green too. It made for nice hollies. So, and these ones, excuse my smoking. These ones have their tip. It's a little fuzzy from painting on this linen. It's a little fuzzy. And when you're painting on the linen, you're going to have to use real fine scissors and like cut the fuzzy that comes off. I don't know whether that comes from the linen or if it's the felt tip of the marker. But you can see it's got a pretty fine point. So these ones in particular, and they weren't bleeding at all. You have to be careful how much paint comes out of the tip of your pen when you're, painting stuff, especially if it's material. But, yeah, so I did the D in paint because this is a lady that I know, Deborah, and I thought that she would like that. And then this is that real nice green that I used on that. So, okay, onward. So what I do is I stuff my stocking, like, I guess, close to the bottom of the band of linen there. Oh, and when these stockings come, don't let it fool you because this will not be folded down. It'll be sticking up. And so you'll think, oh, I've got this real tall stocking. But really, it's supposed to be folded down like this so it's cuffed, okay? And then you'll see this loop that it will be tucked down in that you'll be able to pull up, okay? So if you order these from Amazon, you will get like a stocking that's taller. So, and it will fool you. It will fool you. Like, you think that this makes a lot of common sense, but actually I had to like really look at it. I almost started painting on it before I folded it. Durr. Okay, so I've got some of the stuff in there. I've got my glue gun, got it loaded up with a glue stick, hot and ready. So the wide things here, that are a little bit wider and is more of a natural kind of thing, I kind of tend to put those a little bit toward the back. And of course, we're working like something bigger, something like this. We're going to put like towards, like as a background, okay? So we kind of figure out where we're going to put our stuff. Got the Santa hat here. So basically, we're going to make sure that everything is facing towards the front here. And insert the goodies, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of aim you down this way if I can, so you can see what I'm doing down here. Okay, sorry. I was so not prepared for this. I will have to get like some kind of setup here, as to where I'll be able to like mount my phone while I'm working to show you like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So that I'm not jerking you guys all over the place and making you seasick or something. Okay, but I think that's. Let's see, is that going to be okay for now? Maybe not. Maybe we'll stick like another paint bottle in front of that to kind of back it up a little bit. That might be a little bit better. Sorry. Yeah, this could have been much more well planned. Okay, that's a little better. It's a little sideways though. Jeez, I can't win here. Okay. Bear with me, folks. Okay. goodness. Get in there. Alright, what did I just do? I just lost something. Oh, brother. Okay. Something just fell off my table. What I lose? What did I lose? Alright, I'll have to look at that later. Okay, so we have our stocking, and we are placing. Sorry, I'm trying to move this back a little bit so that it's not so close. Okay, let me move these picks out of the way here. I'll just set them right there. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take our elements and slide them into the stocking here. And I've done so many of these things that I kind of know what my plan is going to be, you know. And once I've got the longer things in there, like some of these have real long picks, and that's why you don't want to fill up your stocking super full with the maybe if I had it over here more, like at an angle, you'd be able to see better. Yeah, so, brother, you're gonna get sick of this. I'm so sorry. The ones with the picks with the longer ones, the longer sticks, you know, the further they go down into the stocking, that's where you run into problems getting the picks down into the stuffing. So that's why we don't want to like fill the stuffing up right away. And then also when we get to the top, we're gonna, this is a bag of stuff I ordered over Amazon from Magic Water Supply. All this is like paper, crinkle cut shred fill in a natural color. Okay, and then like once I've got some of the picks in there with the longer sticks that I know I might have difficulty jamming down into the stuffing, then I'm going to take some of this and I'm just going to go in between the ones that I have in front and the ones towards the back, and I'm going to stuff some of that in there. Alright, down in there, and want to like and then you want to take a little bit and you'll get this stuff, it'll be sticking on you like crazy. And then like the things on the side here that are over towards the edge of the corner, you also want to kind of pad that area with your stuffing, with your crinkle cut material. And you know, the crinkle cut, the picks will, oh boy, make a liar out of myself here. The picks will kind of go through the crinkle cut most of the time. So you know, you can readjust your picks as well, you know. And then you'll want to flip your stocking over, and losing a pick here, and then in the back of it you'll want to get some of the crinkle cut and push it down into there too to support your picks so they're not falling all over the place and being loose in there. You know, you want to give them a good support, you know, with your crinkle cut. And I did have a big bag of this, which I really prefer. It's like a mixture of the silver and white, and I have some stockings with that sticking out. But what we can do with this is put a little bit of clear spray on this, and then sprinkle it with some of this. I have a bag of this, and it's like tinsel. And so, if you spray a little, you see how this is just very light stuff. And I'm gonna spray some clear coat, like around here, and then take some of that tinsel and sprinkle it on there, to make it sparkly there. So yeah, I've got a little bit of my stuff in there, and then you can kind of stick your fingers in between the picks and push it down in there. And you can see they're getting a little sturdier in there, where they're kind of standing up where they're supposed to, well, except for this one here. And, you want to adjust them, move them around to where you want them. And this is all going to be glue gunned into place anyway, okay? So you don't want to, like, panic and think that, the only thing that's going to be holding these guys in here is um, the crinkle cut and the stuffing, okay? Because we're going to remedy that situation by pumping a whole lot of glue down in there. Okay, so let me see if this works better. Oh yeah, see, this snowball pick, this one here, kind of the white tree in the front. It was a little bit too much, kind of together with the thing. So what I'll do is I'll put that pick down in there so that it's more towards the back. Get it a little away from the tree, and kind of get it in the back, and then it kind of sticks up high anyway. So that's what we've got so far. And then I've got one more little silver one, and it looks like it would go like real good right there. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop that in there. This is just, I got I got 16 of these little guys from Amazon at a good price. Because you want to have your larger, longer picks for towards the back, and then your smaller picks for towards the front. So this is about close to what we're going to look like here. With the with everything in there, all the elements, and then there will also be some things on the outside. But I think for the sake of brevity, that that's all we're going to do for tonight. And I am not an editor. I am trying to make a music video called The Backwave, and that is about my experience of when I ride a motorcycle, because I have a motorcycle, and right now it's parked out front of my house under a cover. It's a 750 Honda Shadow Aero, and it resembles what I believe is a Fat Boy, Harley Fat Boy, and it's a really pretty bike. And I just love motorcycle riding. I've done it all my life. My dad taught me how to ride a motorcycle. He had a Harley, full dresser. And when I was about 11, he had bought a little Suzuki 50cc little bike. And they don't have any clutch or anything. It's like a 3-gear. You don't have to pull on a clutch. You just press it down. And he sat me on that baby and showed me what to do. And I took off like a bat out of hell and ran into the side of our trailer. And but I that was the beginning of something that I've never felt like anything else in the world comparable to riding a motorcycle. And I've ridden dirt bikes as a teenager, and always trying to keep up with the guys. Always trying to, you get up early in the morning, and there were these slate dumps. I lived in the country, and they were digging for coal, slate, something, item miller. they had all these big machines back there, and and it was almost in my backyard, and we'd go riding back there, and me and my stepsister, and we'd go out there where they were digging, and there were always, like, you could go out there and the road would be like this dirt road that would go through where they were digging, and then all of a sudden there'd be this big hole where there wasn't one before, and you go flying off the edge of like this cliff and go down into this giant hole that they had just dug the day before that wasn't there, you know. And you know, we wrecked a lot, and some of them were pretty bad, but I'd get up real early in the morning to go back there and jump these hills of dirt that they would leave from digging, and practice my jumping, you know, so I could be out there and kind of do the same thing that the guys did, you know. And I didn't do too bad, you know. A lot older now, and I don't ride like I used to. I just putt around town. But anyway, I guess that's enough of story time. In case you didn't already know, I'm PJ, and I'd like to just have conversations and show you a little bit about what I do for crafting, and maybe make this place a little more palatable for the eye behind me, because right now my backdrop is my hot water tank and my furnace. So maybe I'll do something with that. I've also got all kinds of stuff, drawers and things back here with craft stuff in it, and I just love to make stuff. And then upstairs is my scrapbooking room, where I'm scrapbooking too, because I think that having a legacy of family is very important. And I have a 17-year-old son who's getting ready to turn 18 in January, and I don't want him to ever forget where he came from. So, scrapbooking, and I want him to have his childhood memories. And so that's very important to me, because I did not have that. So, all right, I'm going to close with this. If I don't see everybody before Christmas with another video about finishing up this stocking, which I think I will do, even if I don't get very much interest in the video, I think that I'm going to continue, because that's kind of what you have to do, right? Is keep putting them out there, and from what I'm seeing, you know, you have to do it pretty regularly, you know, for the algorithm and everything, and so we'll see how that goes. You know, don't expect me to, you know, be fabulous down here. There are times when I'm fabulous, but not in my craft room. So you guys have a blessed Saturday night, and hopefully we'll see each other before Christmas. But if not, you all have a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Bye.